You guys really enjoyed the last guide to make your first $10 million in GTA Online, so a couple years later, we have some great money making methods we didn't have before that could definitely help you get to that $10 million mark. One of the very first things every player should do is go to the R icon in Sandy Shores. That's gonna trigger a cutscene with Dax, and that's gonna start the first and last dose mission for completely free, so it's a great money making method. Plus, after doing the first one, it's gonna unlock you the Freak Shop property, so it's the very first property you should get for completely free. Now, the first dose and the last dose missions are a total of 11 different jobs, and doing them for the first time is gonna get you a $50,000 bonus on each of the missions. Doing all 11 of them is gonna get you a fat first time bonus of a good couple $100,000 made, and it's one of the, if not the easiest ways to start in GTA Online to get you a nice head start for that $10 million mark. On top of the great free money, you're also gonna get an amazing $2.2 million supercar for free. At the very end of the final last dose mission, you're gonna get some directions to go to a certain location. That's where you're gonna find the beautiful Ocelot Virtue waiting for you to collect, and at that point you're already with a good amount of money and you have a beautiful fast electric Amani Tech upgradable supercar. So there's a lot to this supercar. If you own an agency, then definitely put Amani Tech on it, but obviously it's not a must because this thing is fast regardless. At this point you have a couple $100,000, but you definitely want to keep going and make some more serious money. That's where yet another free to do money method comes in, and this is going to be the first heist we're going to be doing. At some point you're going to get a call from Vincent, and then it's going to highlight the V icon on the map in the left side of the city. You go to that location and start up the Cluckin Bell farm raid heist. Just like the first and last dose missions, there are absolutely no requirements for it. It's completely free to start, and you can do both of these free money methods completely solo as well, which is super nice, so you don't need anyone else to do them with, even though inviting a friend is optional, and it could actually make the missions a little bit quicker. You really don't have to have someone. Same thing with the Cluckin Bell farm raid. You're going to be completing 5 setup missions and then 1 finale. I would say experienced players can complete this entire heist in about 45 minutes, so that's if you do it pretty efficiently, but if you're somewhat of a beginner, it might take more like an hour, which is still a very good amount of time for getting a payout of $500,000. That's right, you get $500,000 as a final payout for doing a heist that should take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. If it takes you more than an hour somehow, then man, you might want to get a little bit better at this game. You really don't need much for all of these missions besides a few weapons and a decent vehicle, which you already should have if you completed the first and last dose missions, because the Ocelot Virtue, as I said, is amazing. After the Cluckin Bell farm raid in the first and last dose missions, you should be in a pretty good position with over $1 million, but it's worth mentioning if you're a new player on the enhanced version of GTA on the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5, you get $4 million to spend on a select few things like a business and a vehicle and some weapons. That really helps you already be set with a business and ready to do missions and all that. And one of the best options for a new business when you're a new player on enhanced GTA is the Nightclub. It's got some great ways to make money, particularly the passive money wall safe inside of there that's gonna make you 50,000 bucks every 48 minutes. It constantly generates you money as long as the popularity bar is full, so that's the only thing you need to worry about. The main way of keeping that popularity bar full is just reassigning some DJs through the computer. So inside of Resident DJ, you would just go back and forth rebooking whichever DJ you want. It's basically a game of spending a little bit of money rebooking the DJs, but then you gain a lot more money through the wall safe, so it definitely is worth the investment. Every in-game day, the popularity bar is going to go down just a little bit after generating you money. Another great way that's actually a free way of gaining popularity, which you're going to get some of the time in the Nightclub, is a blue icon on the map inside of your Nightclub. So this is going to be a troublemaker that you can go up to, press right D-pad. It's going to give you a little cutscene of you kicking out the troublemaker and you getting a free $10,000 from this, on top of it increasing the popularity in your Nightclub. When you see a blue icon, definitely take advantage of it. It's going to help you a lot with keeping the wall safe at its maximum. I definitely have to mention probably the most obvious money making method in this entire game, and that's going to be the weekly bonus money and RP job. These could be Rockstar created races or adversary modes or different missions. It's going to be different every single week, so it really depends on when you're playing the game, but you'll see the icons on the top right corner if they do have a double, triple, quadruple, or sometimes even 5 times money in RP on them. To join them, I recommend actually going through the phone, going into quick join, series modes, and then selecting whichever mode is on bonus that week. This week, for example, it's an adversary mode, so I'm just going to go ahead and join a queue alone, and that's going to find you a populated lobby. Grinding those is a lot of fun, and you can actually make some pretty serious money if you play them for long enough. It's gonna find you a session with a lot of other random people. Most of the time, they're gonna be pretty full lobbies. After you gain some experience completing the Cluckin Bell farm raid heist, and now you're ready for the most serious heist in GTA Online that arguably has the best payout in the entire game, and that's gonna be through the Kosatka submarine. It's gonna cost you $2.2 million, so it definitely is a big investment, but you're gonna make your money back and a lot more in the long run. Go into the Warstock website, and then it's gonna be at the very top. Besides buying the Kosatka itself, if you have some extra money, definitely go for the Sparrow helicopter. It's gonna help you complete the setup missions. It's gonna make them a bit faster, a bit more efficient. And with the Cayo Perico heist, you're gonna make anywhere from $800,000 all the way up to the mid to millions range. In that heist, the primary and secondary targets are randomized, so you really just have to hope for something pretty lucrative. Usually experienced players can actually finish the Cayo Perico heist, including the setups and the finale, in about an hour. It might take you a little bit of time to get the hang of it the first time around, but I did make a guide on it to make it super easy, so feel free to follow that. And besides the Cayo Perico heist, that's definitely the highlight of the Kosatka submarine. This property is really sick. You can fast travel if you go to the front of the ship right here. You have a missile launching station in these two spots. There's storage for both the Sparrow helicopter and a little submarine on the bottom of this place. And you can also get a Mark II weapon workshop, which is only available in certain businesses, but it's actually super important. It's pretty much a workshop that lets you upgrade basic weapons into Mark II versions, and it makes them way more powerful, way better. The heavy sniper is a great Mark II weapon, also the combat MG, a bunch of different assault rifles, so that's yet another plus with the Kosatka submarine. So generally, you just want to grind this heist over and over again, and it's yet another money method you can do completely solo if you want to. The Cayo Perico heist really should be your main money maker in the long run. I mean, it pretty much is for any type of player. It doesn't matter if it's a beginner or more experienced player. Everyone should be grinding the Cayo Perico heist since it is the best heist in the game, but not by too big of a margin. So another great heist would be the Diamond Casino heist. I think the arcade is another business you can get when starting out on the enhanced version of GTA, when getting that $4 million to spend. So you would pretty much come to the basement, go up to the setup board. For some reason, the starting fee is $0 for me. It might be like 100,000. The rough estimate for the payout of the Diamond Casino heist is around $1 million or $2. It also depends on several different factors like the Cayo Perico heist. Grinding these different heists over and over again, like for example the Cluckin Bell farm raid, and then while there's a little cooldown on that, you can do the Cayo Perico heist. After doing that, you can do the Diamond Casino heist and grind that during the cooldown of each one. After grinding these 3 heists, you really should have some serious money. I'm talking at least a couple $1 million. So at this point, you really have a lot of different options you can do to get to that $10 million mark. So one of the best options is the agency. It's a great money making property, several different ways of making money. In the agency computer, you have the VIP contract, which is pretty much the Dr. Dre heist. Gonna give you a set payout of $1 million, as you can see, for a campaign that should take about an hour to an hour and a half to complete. So that's definitely another very solid money method right there. Not quite as worth it as the Cayo Perico heist or the Diamond Casino heist, but it's another really good one. A much quicker money method would be security contracts, which pay you anywhere from 30 to 70,000 depending on the difficulty level. It's going to be randomized in every session you go in. The bunker is another great option with both a long-term and a short-term money method inside of it. The quick money method is one that you could do every in-game day. That's going to be the ammunition delivery, one of the easiest tasks ever in GTA Online. It literally takes like a few minutes on average, and you're going to get 50k. Then there's bunker cargo, which definitely takes a lot of patience since it's a lot more of a long-term money method of resupplying stock and then eventually selling them for a profit. If you're looking for either more heists to do, you definitely want to go for the facility, but I will say the heists in the facility are a bit more difficult, so definitely not your first choice when it comes to doing heists. Those are the most important things that you want to pay attention to, so I really recommend doing a cycle of different heists, like doing the Cayo Perico heist through the Kosatka, then the Diamond Casino heist in the arcade, maybe then collecting some passive money through the nightclub, doing the VIP contract in the agency, then resupplying your bunker constantly. So it's a really nice cycle you got to get used to make the most amount of money possible, and that's the fastest way you're going to be getting to 10 million bucks in this game. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you are new to the channel for more awesome videos like these. Now you're probably also going to like the video on the screen right now. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.